Okay.
There we go. So I haven't been in the radio chat today, but have people been enjoying that new trivia game and the new GTT mode?
No,
Damn it.
I turned it back off.
What happened to it? What? I never got to try it.
Everyone was enjoying it.
Oh,
So wait, everyone was enjoying it, so you turned it off?
Well, no, that's not a cause and effect relationship. I'm just saying everybody was enjoying it, and it got turned back off because we haven't retired everybody's old points and rolled out the new thing yet. So
Oh, okay.
everybody yesterday got a sneak preview.
that was
Ah.
Loved
beta.
Good.
Very good.
All right. Who's ready to start the show?
Okay, give me a sec. Sorry.
I definitely spent a little bit too much time today, instead of listening to cases, thinking about how like playing Zork as a group could work, but I don't think it's gonna work. As much as neat as that would be, to play some old school text adventures in the radio chat.
I bet you could. Like, they have Twitch plays Pokemon and stuff. So
Yeah, but then it would kind of take over everything. I think
well, couldn't we just have turn it on at certain of times? Like, hey, this time of day on this day, it's gonna be Zork hour. What radio has Zork hour? Only us.
We're the only radio with text adventure game hour.
Yeah. Wait, it's Mud Mondays.
I feel like we should be striving to find ways to improve the radio.
You don't want to get more niche based.
Jesus.
Mud Mondays.
Yeah.
That's genius. Ugh.
Okay, Johnny, just so you know, I finally uploaded my bonus tunes just in case, and now I am ready.
Okay. I should go download those, but I can download them while we're doing the show. All right.
Very quickly, did anybody else have trouble with Scorekeeper?
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Depends on when.
Don't listen to Jesse. He's literally never used Scorekeeper.
How do you even? Where do you go to get it? It's like,
It was just like
on air.
I tried to create game 329 and it wouldn't for some reason. So I came back and it was created.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it fixed itself.
I feel a sneeze coming. And like every time I tried to, there it goes. Every time I tried to assign a game, nothing would happen. I would refresh, and then the game was assigned. So I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, Scorekeeper is on an old server, and it rebooted on me, and some crap didn't come up right, and I gotta just move it to a new server that I have. Like,
basically, David, you fucked up.
no. All right, so John's ready. David, are you ready?
I don't think I have another sneeze coming, so yes, I am ready.
Jesse,
Get it all out now, David. Why am I getting red on my fucking thing?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Get it out.
Five.
Blah, 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 blah.
Get it all out now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and we are back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington, here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got the king of the show, David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune in the house at long last for episode 329. Johnny, is it possible that all the bad luck that we had in getting ready to make episode 329 was all in service of it being done on March the 29th?
Oh.
Is it possible that there is a God and they have a weird sense of humor with regards to our podcast recordings?
First part, no. Second part, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll edit that part. I like to think that there is a god of podcasting, and we are on the track to join them. And yeah,
That makes it seem like we're all gonna die.
Well, we
No,
are
we're gonna be
eventually.
David, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but guess what?
No, I'm gonna live forever.
Nobody
Yeah,
tell him.
man. Back after a few weeks off, man. After some health problems from me and Johnny. Serious health problems here. For me, oak pollen induced allergies. For Johnny, explosive chlamydia.
Oh no.
And we almost missed tonight's recording because Jesse had computer trouble. And David never misses. He'll be here no matter what. So I'm glad that we're back.
The cockroach of Game That Tune.
I think
certainly
you mean
not what I am.
cockroach.
Yeah, there it is, David, the big cockroach of Game That Tune. And man, oh man, what a show we've got coming for tonight's episode. It's good to be back. We're gonna listen to some video game tunes. We've each got 3 songs from a game. We're gonna try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're gonna goof off and have a ton of fun. And the winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode and plays their bonus tunes. And our winner years ago was David Fleming. And David, dust off the old texts and tell us what the theme was that you selected for tonight's episode.
So I wanted to kick it old school with NES games, or kick it really old school with games with horses.
Yeah, I'm unclear on how one of those things qualifies as kicking it old school.
Well, horses kick, and they were the main mode of transportation in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that you were gonna play, the kind of music you play while playing a game of horse on the basketball court.
Oh, Johnny, did you the only horse basketball game there is out there?
No, but I did record myself playing horse and call that a soundtrack, and that's what I'll be playing tonight.
Oh God, 4 hours of Johnny bricking fucking easy jump shots. This is gonna be terrible.
I can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, is
Johnny,
it shoes?
Like, I can't believe you would think that because of my famous displeasure with the sport of basketball.
Yep, it's true. David, he's bad at basketball. Can't do the little crossover dribble. Can't get it between his legs. There's something blocking the way. But yeah, it's gonna be a good show, guys. We've got NES games, a system wildly underrepresented so far on Game That Tune. It's good that David chose NES games because there's definitely no system with more games available that are worth discussing than the NES. David, seriously, did you consider the fact that maybe, just maybe, we've discussed every NES game worth discussing?
That crossed my mind, but then I thought maybe there's a few hidden gems that we haven't touched on.
Maybe there are. Maybe there aren't. I'm going to go with that hypothesis. But that's why we have the horse theme as well. So, yeah, everybody saddle up for NES games and equestrian things. It's going to be a fun show. So, it's been so long that there shouldn't be any further delays. So, I would say,
good job,
Johnny. Now would be the time to start game 1.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm coming down with something. I'm going to have to leave the show.
Oh, God. He's got a bit of the consumption.
Nay, David, please stay.
Whoa.
Game 1.
right, guys. Let's see here. Writing for Hardcore Gaming 101. Okay, where that? K. McDonald wrote. Overall, this game definitely ranks quite highly on a list of actually good licensed games on the NES. It's not a hugely challenging experience, and once you're able to beat it once, future playthroughs will probably not last more than an hour. You guys any more hints or anything?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, let's see some answers. All right, so John drew a penis, which is incorrect. David said the Four Horsemen of Castlevania, which is incorrect. And Jesse wrote Secretariat 64, which is incorrect. This is Gremlins 2, the new batch. So yeah, this is Gremlins 2, the new batch. You play the game as Gizmo, working your way out of the what's it called, the Clamp Center Tower. Basically beating up all the other gremlins, along with sentient tomatoes. It's a pretty strange game, but I guess early on in the movie, there's some kind of genetically modified tomato, and that's where that comes from. So it's technically canon.
I thought it was a gremlin that fell into a salad and turned into a gremlin salad.
A lot of weird things happen in this movie with genetic splicing and stuff like that. Have you guys played Gremlins 2, the new batch, and or seen the movie?
Oh, I've seen the movie.
I've seen the movie, yeah.
It's one of the best movies in the world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John, did you say no and no?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. That's why I was asking.
I'm also with John. I've also not played the game nor seen the movie.
You've never seen Gremlins 2?
No, I've seen the first, but I've never seen the second. But
this is not the usual egregious fucking oversight. Yeah.
No, it is. If you've seen Gremlins, you're obligated to see Gremlins 2 because Gremlins fucking rules, and you're like, I want to see more of that shit. And then you see 10 times more of that shit because they just start turning Gremlins into Pokemon. There's fucking grass types. There's fucking a lady type, like fucking Jinx. There's fucking
there's electric.
The bug type. Yeah, there's the electric type. There's the fucking dark/flying type.
I was gonna say the flying type.
Gremlins 2 is the birth of Pokemon. That fucking kid who got the first Gremlin was fucking Ash Ketchum, and Gizmo was just fucking Pikachu, but cuter, and he can fucking sing. Eat shit, Pikachu. I still love you.
I'm gonna put something out there just to convince you guys to see this movie. I mean, you're already convinced after what Jesse said, but gremlins with titties are in this movie.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
They also beat up Leonard Moulton.
I don't know.
Oh, they do.
The fucking movie critic that was on TV all the time. God, you act like you just crawled out of a fucking spaceship. Who, Leonard who? The guy who played Spock?
Also, I'm trying to remember. Isn't the asshole business guy who owns the tower? Isn't it John Glover?
think it
I
might
do
be.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. John Glover is always amazing.
Fucking Grandpa Munster is in the fucking movie.
Who? Christopher Lee is in this movie? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
Hulk Hogan as himself?
Yeah, the fucking gremlins. Like, what are you gonna do when Gremlin Mania runs wild on you, brother?
Howie Mandel's Gizmo? Oh my god.
I have gremlin Vans that I wear.
Johnny, Howie
fucking
Mandel's
sweet.
always been Gizmo, just so you know.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, anyways, this game is actually pretty good, but the review was not kidding when it said it's actually pretty short. Once you've beaten it, it does only take about 22 minutes to beat the whole game again. Like, once you understand what you're supposed to do, which is just kill everything and keep going.
I was gonna say, like, in what way does beating it for the first time inform your actions? But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, once you figure things out, like, if you try to do the attack mid-jump, it freezes you in midair, like your jump stops. So if you try to jump over a pit and attack at the same time, you'll just fall into the pit. So once you kind of figure out stupid things like that, like that's kind of a knock, obviously, on the controls. But once you get that past that, it's actually pretty decent.
Once you learn how to play the game, it's real easy.
You get weapon upgrades as you go throughout the game. So in the first level, you're just throwing tomatoes, but then you get a matchstick, and with that you can throw fireballs. Then you get a paperclip, which throws more paperclips for some reason.
Oh, see, I assumed that like the paperclip would give you like spread shot ninja stars for some reason.
No, but
Makes even less sense than more paper clips.
but throughout the game, you get to go to what's that guy's name? Mr. Wing's shop. You get to buy from his like ghostly spirit or something. And you can buy a power-up that turns all your shots into spread shots. And you can buy that pretty early on, which kind of, if you go that route, you can kind of blast through the game pretty quickly. But
So you can get spread shot paper clips.
yes, you can get spread shot paper clips.
Okay,
You can get spread shot fireballs. It's pretty bonkers. And there's a few power-ups in the game, but it does that thing where the power-ups are sort of like timed, like they're presented when you need them. There's never like... It's not random, so you'll never randomly get the invincibility pogo stick. It just kind of drops where you need it, or like you'll never get. There's a power up that'll kill all the enemies on screen, and it drops when there's a lot of enemies. It's like, oh, okay, like thanks.
That was oddly convenient.
Yeah, but that soundtrack. This is a Sunsoft joint. And it's got that Sunsoft sound team with a Naoki Kodaka composing, and it is superb.
Yeah, it's rather distinct.
Yeah,
fucking fantastic.
It almost doesn't sound like an NES game. It reminds me of like, and I know Shovel Knight technically used Family Tracker so it's technically like an NES soundtrack, but it reminds me of the Shovel Knight soundtrack in that sense of it sounds like modern composers making NES music now. Like, I feel like they're a little ahead of their time on this one. Especially that drum stuff that was happening in the second track was... Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, no, it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah. No horses in the game, as far as I know. No horses.
Right, I was waiting for that reveal. Also, there's a horse gremlin.
No, not yet.
Of all the different...
3.
Of all the different types of gremlins, they really could have done a centaur gremlin.
They're saving it for Gremlins 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think at any point, like, you get to fight a lot of different gremlins in this, but I don't think you fight any gremlins with titties in this one.
There's a female gremlin in the movie, but she doesn't make an appearance in the game.
Not that I know of, no. I don't think she shows up in the game at all.
What are we doing here?
But otherwise, it does roughly follow the plot of the movie, and it's even got cutscenes, which is pretty impressive on the NES.
When was this game released?
1990.
Okay.
So, like, a little late on the NES, but not like Super Nintendo late. But definitely that point where they knew what they're doing,
Well, good. I mean, it's about time they started putting out fucking movie games with cutscenes that follow the plot of the movie. That's a novel fucking concept for NES games. If only the movie were so were as fun and cool as this game. Where
It is.
It is.
It's
movie is
probably
just,
better.
it's just Gizmo going on a shooting spree.
No.
Oh, well then it sounds like the game's better.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand until you watch Gremlins 2.
How many gremlins does Gizmo murder in Gremlins 2?
Fair question.
He does murder a bunch of them.
Oh, okay.
He is helping, as much as he can. I mean, he's little. He's not necessarily like a Mary Sue, but he tries his best.
He may be little, but he's got a big heart.
Well, thank goodness for that. Yeah. I love Gizmo. Cute thing. Shame about that second movie, though. Shame I'll never see it. Yeah. You guys have unconvinced me to ever watch it tonight. I don't appreciate being yelled at.
Game 2.
right, so the original Japanese version of this game featured a small cartoon-like robot similar to Mega Man. However, when it was localized in America, the robot was changed to a big buff Arnold Schwarzenegger type character. According to the box artist Mike Winterbauer, he received, quote, a certain movie star's, or excuse me, according to Winterbauer, a certain movie star's lawyers sent him a very unpleasant letter regarding the painting used for the cover. Gentlemen, who has their answers ready?
Oh man, I'm ready.
Locked in.
Oh yeah.
Let's see them. John Regan says Sonic Mania, sadly incorrect. Jesse says Super Equus, sadly incorrect. John Harrington has the correct answer. This is Power Blade.
Goddamn right.
Did anyone else here play Power Blade?
Yes.
Nope.
No, but I've seen the Power Blade movie.
It's a great movie. One of my favorite Schwarzeneggers. Yeah. Him fucking just killing dudes with that giant technologically advanced boomerang. It's the shit.
God, that actually sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It really should be a movie.
It's a really fun game. It was made by Taito, and it's kind of similar to Mega Man. It's an action platformer. There are 6 stages. You can choose them in any order. There are various power-ups that you can get. But yeah, you're just running around a sci-fi world as this big buff dude chucking a boomerang and killing dudes. It's a really fun game. Like, it controls well, it looks good, the soundtrack is awesome. This was one of those super late NES games. It came out in March of 91. And this was definitely one of those video rental, like, okay, that looks kind of cool. So take it home, play it, and like, oh wait, no, this game is actually really fun.
Yeah, no, it seems fun. It seems like the kind of game that is actually kind of poorly served by having like a cover art of Arnold Schwarzenegger holding a giant boomerang. Like, I don't know. Like, I get they had to get something across to us Americans, but like maybe I don't know, maybe they could have come up with something more in the Mega Man box art realm, that tells you a little bit more about what the game might actually be like. But
well, it's also weird too because he's holding his giant chrome boomerang, but it almost looks like he's holding up a hockey stick.
You're right, it does. It's a very large boomerang, and yeah, you don't quite get what it is from looking at the cover art. Yeah. And besides that, it's just a dude in a tank top with shades on. So
I feel like if they had leaned more in on the boomerang and maybe instead of doing a Arnold Schwarzenegger type, done like a Paul Hogan type, go for like a Crocodile Dundee kind of box art.
I mean, that's the logical thing to do. Crocodile Dundee used so many boomerangs in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, boomerangs are very closely associated with Austria as well as Australia.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, wasn't Power Blade the original working title of Crocodile Dundee? I'm pretty sure it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a knife. That's a power blade.
Yeah, once he botched up that line, they kind of just changed the whole title of the movie.
It wasn't supposed to say knife twice.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But this is a knife. Paul, oh, hell, we're out of film. Well, I guess we better change the movie to be about something else.
I love that that's literally the last scene they shot.
Yeah. I guess we could end on the kiss. Yeah. We'll cut out the final killing spree and we'll end in the subway with the kiss. All right.
They're worried that if she kisses him, she's not going to want to finish the movie.
Right.
So if you do it at the last scene, she can't quit.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, Jesse. You said you have played this?
Yeah, just a little bit. One of those games that you borrow from your internet friend, and you play around with it, and you're like, it's got pretty decent graphics for the NES. I like the sprites, and it's like you said, it's kind of like a Mega Man meets Strider kind of game. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, basically. I do also want to give a special shout out to the composer, Kinuyu Yamashita, who is well known for composing the original Castlevania. So yeah, knows their stuff.
Also, Mega Man X3.
It's like I said, it was just one of those like hidden gems that I picked up at Blockbuster once as a kid. Or no, I was a kid, so it was probably at Albertsons.
Right. Yeah.
Spent a weekend with. And I was like, this game's really damn fun.
Yeah, it's the kind of game that, looking back, I wish I had gotten the chance to pick up as a kid, because, like, if it is one of those, like, oh, this is surprisingly good as opposed to surprisingly bad. Like, what kid could get home with this and be like, oh, well, this is weird. I thought it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger hockey game, but it's actually like a Mega Man game where you're slinging power boomerangs at things. I don't like this. Like, no kid would ever say that. Like, it's like, this is a good surprise, this game.
I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, it was a boomerang he was holding. And
where's my future sport?
Yeah. Thought this was based on the title and the appearance of the character. I thought this was maybe a sequel to the original Terminator, in which the Terminator plays hockey, but nope, turns out it's actually a platforming game with boomerangs. That's fucking great. Like,
yes, it's the unreleased sequel to Terminator, which is based on Rocky V, where Schwarzenegger plays a robot trying to win hockey.
Mm-hmm.
God, can you imagine if they released
where
if the official sequel to Terminator was a video game for the NES?
Yes.
Like, if they didn't actually release a movie
hockey game for the NES,
and then years later they released Terminator 3 in theaters.
See, no, I think it'd be great if, like, they if Terminator 2 took place in, I don't know, like, there's key plot points in Power Blade that without having played the game, you'll be totally lost going into Terminator 2. Like, James Cameron was just like, it was like they did with the Matrix video game tie-in things all those years later. James Cameron was like, yeah, no, we're gonna explain what happens and why Judgment Day is still gonna happen, but we're gonna explain it in Power Blade. And if you haven't played that, then you're gonna have a bad time at the cinema. The first 40 minutes of Terminator 2 aren't gonna make any sense.
God, I would love that.
I could see him going for it, man.
I was gonna say, to be honest, it sounds like some shit Cameron would pull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then he just drowns all the actors and just, God, what a guy. Yeah. It'd be great if James Cameron was the guy that painted this this piece of cover art, and then sent it to Arnold Schwarzenegger with like a friendly note, like, "Hey man, I'm thinking Terminator 2. What do you think?" Like,
but I do not play hockey.
Should we call the game Power Blade? I was thinking we should call it the Chopper. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good too, Arnold. But
I
will
will,
only
only
agree-
agree,
Power Blade.
I will only agree to be in this movie if I say "Ice to see you." No, audiences aren't ready for that yet.
I'm more of a running man.
Will there be any running in the game? Yes. Okay, I'm in. Yeah, you have my blessing.
Can I go
Um,
commando?
You got any more? Yeah. You did not ask me for my likeness for this cover. I'm getting a raw deal.
I will only tell true lies from now on.
Yeah, I do not totally recall giving my permission for you to use my likeness for this fucking cover.
How
As I
dare
was
you
doing that
do-
accent, I was for some reason was veering into like Indian for a second. I'm going to stop doing the accents.
I'm going to jingle all the way to the bank with my winnings from this lawsuit.
God damn it! You beat me by 1 second.
Oh man, yeah. Jim, when you get the letter from my lawyer, it's going to be the end of days for you.
I better tell my brother, who's my twin.
Jesse, did you just pull Auk?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Had some-
Schwarzenegger says Auk so much. Oh man.
Cannot believe you used my likeness without this. How could you be such a predator?
Oh
That's
man.
pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Power Blade. I think it's fun.
It
should
is.
be
It's a very
revisited.
fun game.
If you don't
can-
revisit the soundtrack. Great fucking soundtrack. But more games where boomerangs are the only weapons, please.
please, I've been
How
calling
would-
for that for ages.
Yeah, boomerangs are one of the all-time great video game weapons. Like you throw it and it comes back.
There
It's
should
very
be a-
simple. It's just
There
great.
should be a game where you get to play as Captain Boomerang. And
I'm really the
everyone will
fuck out of
like
that
it.
game.
Everyone will like it.
Must have missed something. But
You haven't seen? Oh, never mind. Let's not even get into it.
Was that the working title for Crocodile Dundee?
yeah,
No. You haven't seen the fiasco of the Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League, which you can play as Captain Boomerang, but
did that come out already?
no. In fact, they pushed it back because people were
Oh,
mad at
okay.
what they saw.
So what, they put out a demo and everybody fucking hated Captain Boomerang?
Well, they hated the whole game.
Oh, okay.
So-
I thought they were going to specifically hate, Captain Boomerang and his actor Jai Courtney. I was going to be like, yeah, sorry, I saw that coming. That guy sucks.
No, he's cool.
Jai Courtney sucks.
Oh, that guy? I don't know. I don't know who
He's
he
a
is.
bad actor, and he just got thrown into so many decent movies. He sucks ass. Yeah, I'm mostly
just like
bitter
the
about his.
character.
He was John Connor in one of those newer Terminator movies, and he fucking sucked balls.
Is he also doing the voice in this game? Because they have different voices. Like Samoa Joe is the voice of King Shark in this game.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess they didn't get Stallone. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got some other Australian actor. Maybe they dusted off Paul Hogan and made him Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oi, I've got some tax problems. Wouldn't mind taking care of.
That's not a batarang. This is
Yeah.
a batarang.
Yeah. Maybe we finish on the kiss then. Maybe we program me kissing Superman. Let's try. Oh, people hate this. Anyway, let's move on. Boomerangs are great.
Game 3.
All right, guys. So this game was released as a standalone story, largely unconnected from the series from which it takes its name and its gameplay. The main connection is the game's ensemble cast, the majority of which look and sound like characters from the main series. All right, who's feeling great?
I'm feeling
very great.
very good.
Good.
Yep.
Oh man. Jesus Christ. Johnny says Little Sebastian, sadly incorrect. David says My Little Nicky Cage, Friendship is Awk, sadly incorrect. And Jesse says Warhorse for the DS, also sadly incorrect. No, guys, this is a game that came out in Japan as a PS4 launch title and was recently remade for the PlayStation 5. It is a spin-off of the very popular Yakuza series taking place in the 1800s. This is Like a Dragon Ishin. And man, I'm surprised that nobody got that. This game kind of burst onto the scene here last month or two, and I thought people were kind of paying attention to this game. I guess Jesse, this isn't like a Game Pass thing yet, is it? It's only on.
No, it's not yet.
Yeah. That sucks because
It looks cool. I've heard
yeah, it
it's
really should be.
amazing.
You know, especially as a remake of a nearly 10-year-old game. I would think they'd be like, oh yeah, throw it on Game Pass immediately. But yeah, it's a game that's a lot like Yakuza, except instead of beating people up in modern day or 1980s Tokyo and doing crime boss shit, you're beating people up in the 1860s and doing samurai type shit. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. It's I obviously haven't played it myself. I watched a little bit of the gameplay of it to get ready for the show, and it's like, oh wow, yeah, it's literally just like the last several Yakuza games, but everybody's fucking. It's the 1800s. Like at one point early on in the game, your main character you're playing as, fucking what is that guy's name? Shit. You're playing
That's
as
a terrible name.
yeah. I lost it. It fucking Sakamoto Ryoma.
Oh, that's way better.
You're playing as Ryoma, and he's standing up to some unscrupulous like samurai guys, and it's like, oh shit, they're about to have a samurai fight, and he says something like, nah, actually, we're not. He puts his fucking samurai sword away and then just beats the guys up Yakuza style. I'm like, damn, okay, cool. Is this gonna just be a game where you fucking fist fight samurais? Like, that's dope. And then of course I fast forward in the video. It's like, oh, okay, eventually you are also a samurai yourself. That's good. You're not just punching samurais and somehow winning, which it'd be pretty fun. Makes you feel real powerful to just be beating up samurais and not being killed by them. Based on the way samurais are typically portrayed in video games and media. Like, one gets into a fist fight with a samurai, it's a very big mistake. But when you're this Ryoma fella, you do your thing. But yeah, I just think it's really fun. It's so you're playing as this guy Ryoma who, he's definitely not the character from the Yakuza games. He's not Kazuma Kiryu. But man, he looks exactly like him and sounds exactly like him because he's played by the same actor. And
oh, did they do one of those things where it's like, oh, this is my ancestor, and it's just the same like guy?
No, they didn't even do that. It's just here's a story of Japanese history, and it just happens to all be the characters that you've like enjoyed in the last several Yakuza games. Like, they just happen to be playing all the characters. It's like some kind of weird fucking fan fic thing where it's like, what if all these guys were just playing different characters with no like explanation of why?
I've heard a good way to think about it is think about the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And how the Muppets aren't playing themselves. The Muppets are different characters. And it's like,
okay,
that dude looks like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, but it's Bob
But
Cratchit.
he's not acting like Kermit the Frog and stuff,
Right. Yeah, the only Muppets in those in Muppet Christmas Carol that are not playing characters are fucking Gonzo playing Charles Dickens and Rizzo playing himself. Other than that, all those Muppets are Christmas Carol characters.
So which one of the Muppets stabs the samurai?
Whichever one's playing Ryoma.
Okay.
Yeah. Fucking Kermit Ryoma would be pretty fucking great.
So say, I feel like it would have to be Kermit, right?
Well, yeah. But the question is, if they got the rights to do like a dragon with Muppets, like a Muppet Ishin, would they use the same Japanese voice actors? That's my question. I want to see Muppet Kermit, but he sounds like Kazuma Kiryu. Like super serious samurai Kermit. I think that'd be great. And then Miss Piggy's the Shogun, and I don't know. You fill out the characters any way you want.
Kirby-san.
See, I was thinking of a bit, but I like
get over here.
I didn't know that I could do a Miss Piggy voice because I was just thinking like, oh, you're going to try to take my empire. Yeah.
You just got to do an angrier Yoda.
Yeah. I hate to have to take your head, Kirby. Jesus Christ.
God, that sounds awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, okay,
it's
that's
not
good.
easy being a samurai.
Waka waka. Did they say that in feudal Japan? Don't worry about it.
Guys, who's the best Muppet and why is it Fozzie Bear?
I like
mean-
Rolf, but that's my because he
I'm-
got to curse on Arsenio Hall.
I'm partial
Whoa,
to
what?
saying the eagle myself.
Hold on, Ralph. Wait. Do you mean he went on Arsenio Hall show and got some kind of curse, or he cursed Arsenio Hall?
He cursed on Arsenio Hall.
Oh,
Like, Ralph-
he let out a swear word on
Yeah.
Arsenio. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say he got the curse on
No.
Arsenio Hall,
I said
yeah.
he got to curse.
Oh,
Okay.
I was very concerned about what kind of curse
Now I
Arsenio
understand.
Hall put on Rolf.
Yeah, or that
Yeah.
Rolf somehow cursed Arsenio Hall. Like,
So that's
yeah.
why Jim Henson is dead. Oh my
Yeah.
Oh
god.
no.
Rolf ended
Right
into
with
a blood
Regis
oath
Philbin.
with Arsenio. But yeah, so it's super fun like idea that I'd like to see kind of done with other characters. I don't know, like that. I feel like Yakuza is a perfect game for this, like because one, I don't know enough. And when I say enough, I don't know anything about feudal Japanese history to say whether or not this is like super inaccurate or if they're just kind of having total fun and playing with it. And then also the acting, I can't tell if these guys are doing a good job or a bad job. What they're doing is making a cool ass fucking video game. So it's like, yeah, this is perfect for this. Like, just super serious, Yakuza acting, but applied to, feudal Japanese characters. And they say things like, don't piss me off. And, like, I'm going to fuck you up. It's like, all right, yeah, cool. This is good. Like, I was trying to think if there's there's not like a good enough, like, American video game series that you could do this with, where you just like take all the characters from this beloved franchise and drop them into like an American Revolutionary War story.
I mean, you don't have to do that. You could do like take the Street Fighter characters and like they could do like the Napoleonic Wars or something. That would
Okay,
be pretty messed up.
that'd be good. Yeah, okay. So like Tekken's kind of international, so it'd just be they'd be kind of spread out, but it'd be pretty good. Pretty good to see the Tekken characters acting out like I don't know, the War of 1812 or something, Spanish American War maybe. My thought was like, what if they just took Grand Theft Auto 5 and not like I know that Red Dead Redemption is already a thing where it's essentially Grand Theft Auto on a horse, but what if they took all the characters from Grand Theft Auto 5 and put them back in like the Revolutionary War or like the time of the Pilgrims?
I was going to say, I was like, why can't an American studio take a modern game and like put it back? Like, isn't that Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, but no, put them further back and in completely different circumstances. Like it's Grand Theft Auto, but they're on Plymouth Rock, and fucking like Lamar is fucking landing on Plymouth Rock. Fucking you're having the first Thanksgiving.
Is there a mission where you steal the Mayflower?
Yeah,
That's all I want to do.
Right, yeah. Trevor steals the Mayflower at some point.
Could you imagine this like Grand Theft Auto game, but it was GTA 4, where you keep getting letters to visit your cousin in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm picturing like fucking Franklin from Grand Theft Auto dressed as a pilgrim, and Lamar just being like, maybe if you got rid of that yee ass haircut, you get some of these Indian bitches up on your dick. I'm like, they should do it. Like, there's a good idea. There's a kernel of a good idea in this Like a Dragon Ishin. I want to see it applied to other things. But yeah, I'm also I was a little confused by the naming of it. Jesse, have you played? I've played one Yakuza game. Period. I played a little bit of Zero. Have you played the other ones? Is the naming of this getting confusing yet?
So from what I've played Zero, and
Right.
that's your typical beat 'em up type of combat. I believe that Ishin is. And I've also played the first Like a Dragon game,
Right.
which was turn-based combat.
Yes. So
Um,
that's where my confusion is. So you got the Yakuza series, which is beat 'em ups. And then in 2020 they came out with Yakuza Like a Dragon,
I
and
think
it's a
from
turn-based
going
RPG.
forward, they're supposed to all be called Like a Dragon,
Okay.
except for the other side series.
Judgment.
Yeah, I think that one is still going to be called Yakuza, but
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure though the Like a Dragon thing is the name forward.
I think whoever is making these, they need to pretty much they need to start branding them, clearly with their own studio and just start giving them unique names. Because I was getting a little confused. I'm like, so wait, this is the turn-based thing, but now you're samurai? Oh no, it's not turn-based. It's a beat 'em up, but it took the name of the turn-based game, and I'm a little lost, but I don't really care because you know what? It's kind of cool being feudal fucking Japanese guys just beating the shit out of each other. There are also horses in the game, because it's the 1860s in Japan. Want to get that out of the way. This game
Was it
didn't
the
come
NES
out.
version?
This game didn't come out of the NES.
Yet.
Not yet. Could get that serious demake. Yeah, but yeah, Like a Dragon demake. Jesus. It's a super cool game, and I would like to see. I would like to actually play it. I don't know if they release this remake for PS4 or just for PS5, but if I can either import the one for PS4 or I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to buy a PS5, so who knows? But it looks super fun, and I need to either get back into Yakuza 0 and then try getting into the rest of the series, or just drop that one and get with this one because this one looks very fun.
I feel like I just want to make this point real quick. I feel like a Dragon demake would just be feudal Japan River City Ransom.
Yeah, see, that
Ooh,
sounds
awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bad idea. Frankly, it should be included somehow as a pack-in.
I'm pretty sure they've done that too. The River City Ransom people.
Sweet. I mean, River City Ransom people, they just keep on like dipping into the series. They'll make anything. So I bet you they could get fucking, Like a Dragon Ransom. It'd be pretty fucking cool. And also, Jesse, you can maybe speak to this. I haven't seen any videos of it or whatever, but apparently they just put out like DLC or like bonus content for this game where you can play as Kenny Omega.
Like you get like these summon things that let you do like a special attack. And there's like a bunch of different like celebrities and stuff. And one of them is Kenny Omega, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then Kenny Omega showed up to an AEW show dressed as the character he's portrayed as in this game, and I like that Kenny Omega is a huge nerd, and I like wrestling and video game crossover stuff. So
yeah, it's perfect.
More of that, please. Let's get Kenny Omega on Game That Tune.
Oh my god.
And then let's get us into the next Like a Dragon game. That's the real dream, baby. If I could just get killed by some character in one of these games, if there's just some, if I'm just some jobber fucking jerk ass in the next Like a Dragon game, I'm cool with that. Like, God, just imagine John Regan's likeness wearing like Japanese 1870s clothes and then just like having his face cut off in the middle of doing a Nicolas Cage impression. Like,
you've been reading my fan fiction again, haven't you?
Yeah. You don't have to imagine it, guys. That's all my Instagram.
Yes. Oh man. Johnny Puffy Pants on Instagram. Follow him there. And man. Fucking fun game, great tunes. We're doing a good job on composers tonight, so shout out to Chihiro Aoki and Hidenori Shoji. And guys, let's keep it going.
Game 4.
So, in the original Japanese version, there is a button that features an image of a whip, which can be used to increase speed. In the American version, this was replaced with a green button that says go, likely to avoid complaints of animal abuse. All right, as you guys are finishing up your answers, I want to give a special thanks to our requester. This request came from Spartacat in our Discord. So let's see those answers. Johnny, I am not
Rude, Johnny, quite frankly.
I am not going to read that response. How is it Jesse had a more tasteful response? Jesse said Mr. Hands advanced.
Is that the more tasteful response?
And John has the correct answer. This is Pocket Card Jockey.
Maybe no one Google Mr. Hands, because that is not the most tasteful response.
I mean, never mind. Yeah, this game is. This game is charming and fun and adorable, and I would like to discuss this game and get away from Mr. Hands and glue factories.
I was gonna say, like, seriously, guys, the fucking theme is horses and fucking, we're getting glue factory references. Johnny, show some fucking respect, man. Fuck.
This game is just another testament to the fact that I wish Game Freak made stuff other than Pokemon. Because every time they make a non-Pokemon game, it turns out pretty fucking good. Like, Pulseman was fun, Drill Dozer is fun, this game is fun, and this game is a crazy, weird mashup. It's half solitaire, half horse racing.
And half man.
Half horse.
No, that would be three halves. The math doesn't add up.
Okay.
So basically, you have your horse, and
You have
the
your
horse. The horse starts the beginning of the race, and then it goes to the bottom screen because it's a 3DS game where you have to play a timed game of solitaire. You can. It's
I've
not
heard
like
about
normal
this.
solitaire where it just goes like big to small. You can go back and forth. So you can go from like Jack to Queen to Jack, not Jack, Queen, King, etc. So the goal is to try to build up combos of cards because that will make your horse happy and excited and want to run faster. And then when you get to like the turns in the horse racetrack, you actually get to map out where you want your horse to go, so you can kind of collect power-ups and you can try to get on the inside track. So there is a part that is horse racing, and then it goes back to solitaire. It's definitely a chocolate and peanut butter situation. Like, it doesn't sound like these things would really mix, but it works. It's a really fun little game.
Yeah, no, it's interesting concept. So this is you said this is a 3DS game.
Yes.
So is it like a touch screen based? You're sliding the cards around, or
I think you're just like tapping them.
Okay.
You get to draw the path of your horse. It's not like Phantom Hourglass where you can map out this huge thing. It's just kind of like a very small chunk. Like, where do you want to end up?
Gotcha.
And there's also strategy because there are other horses and they might bump you out of place. So
Right.
like, do you want to vie for the inner track? Do you want to stick where the power-ups are? Like,
Is there at any point do you tap the screen to whip the horse?
not in the American version, no.
Do Americans not pay attention to horse racing? Like, do they? Are we so easily offended that we'll like get mad at this and then watch the Kentucky Derby still? Like, do we?
The floppy hats get in the way. You can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The important thing is that we tried to win some money and we all wore big hats.
This mint julep is fucking fire, guys.
I mean, I'm just curious because it's like you remove an element of horse racing that absolutely exists and continues to exist. Like, yeah, for what, appearance's sake? Like, if you don't want a game in which you tap an icon to whip a horse, sorry, you can't make a horse racing game.
But you can when you're not like restricted and chained up in the Pokemon dungeon.
Well, that's true. Yeah. It would be funny if all the cards, like you make a big combo of like clearing cards and they turn into a giant, like a bigger whip and just whip the horse's ass real hard. Like,
Just a whip made of cards.
yeah, oh God, we gotta edit this, guys. Yeah. There's a lot of whipping.
Guys really leaning on the whips on this one, huh?
Yeah. Do you not? Yeah. I can just imagine some annoyed Game Freak person just being like, "Yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's horse racing. This is it's not the least cruel sport there is."
There's like one program in the corner like, how do you make your horses go faster?
Right? Yeah. You tell me how to motivate this horse. Hmm?
I want to go to the Kentucky Derby and see them play solitaire while riding the horses. That's what I want some kind of side betting where solitaire is involved as well.
Right.
Like who can complete like you bet on who finishes first, second, third, whatever, but you can also bet on who's going to finish their game of solitaire by the end of the race.
There should be some sort of element of like a magic trick taking place where you win a bonus bet if your card is being held by the winning horse.
Oh my god! Wait,
Yeah.
by the winning jockey or by the winning horse? Because
By
either
the
way,
way,
He said horse.
either way,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, no, not the jockey. Like, they get the winning horse down there. It's like, and here it is. And then they pull up its little horseshoe and they pull out the card. It's like, and a bonus, superfecta to the ace of hearts.
For some reason, I imagine them reaching into the horse's mouth and pulling out a card.
Well, I guess it's jockey's discretion.
Yeah. Mouth, shoe,
And you
Wherever
can place
else.
like a couple different ones. And so then he has to decide, okay, I know this one is in his mouth, this one is in the saddlebag, but which one will get me enough points to win? And it's like a strategy because you pack, so you could win.
That'd be another bet. You bet on what card is pulled. You bet on where it's pulled from.
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on. What if all the jockeys in the Kentucky Derby were given a deck of point value cards laced with amphetamines, and the winner, you not only have to win the race, but you're also scored by how few cards you use during the race. Like if you just shove the whole pack of cards into the horse's mouth and it hauls ass on you, then you didn't really win the Kentucky Derby. You doped up that horse.
Is that David? Idea. Maybe in the U.S. version's game, instead of having a whip button, they could have a dope the horse button.
Yeah, exactly. A Bob Baffert button. Fucking yeah. Because the real Kentucky Derby, like the race is all well and good. We love it.
It's the friends we made along the way.
It's exhilarating. There's the exhilaration of the race, but then there's also the exhilaration of a horse pissing clean after the race. Like, yeah, it's something that just doesn't
A P-test mini game.
Yeah,
That's where the phrase "pee like a racehorse" comes from, right?
that's exactly where it comes from, Johnny. They all fail their piss tests. They're fucking roided up to the gills, baby.
All
Those-
meth.
Those horses are gassed out. Yeah, no, I think this is a good idea to improve the Kentucky Derby and add an element of card play to it. I think that's good. You know, it needs to be a card you can feed the horse. Yeah, this is good, David. Great idea, man. I'm gonna write to the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission and sign your name on this great idea. You cracked it, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to send them a sample of your methamphetamines. Yeah, not just amphetamines now, methamphetamines. Yeah, and yeah, man, these horses, they're going to be doing flips out there, baby. God, what if there was one where, like, you got a bonus point for winning the race on 2 feet? Like, if the horse crosses
Like for the whole time, or just across the finish line?
like, oh well, there's like style sections,
Oh,
where, like, yeah, you got to do this part like up on your hinders, or like doing like a frontward thing, and
what about
maybe,
like a side one with the front and the back, but just the like left ones?
yeah. Oh, and the horses, they earn boost by drifting.
Or what if you put a whole bunch of peanut butter in its mouth so it looks like he's talking the whole time?
See, now that's a good idea, but what if instead of peanut butter,
It's
amphetamine?
meth.
These are there's solid ideas you're having, David. I love it, man. You're cracking this. Yeah.
I just want to shout out the composer Go Ichinose, famous for being one of the main Pokemon composers, because again, Game Freak.
Yep.
You get a bonus.
Please tell me more of my ideas.
Well, you
famous horse beating advocate Go Ichinose. Misguided fool who loves whipping horses rather than giving them delicious drugs.
Remember, you can't beat a dead horse.
Exactly.
I just
I
imagine
don't know.
you get at the end of the race, you get bonus points for however many teeth you have left in the horse.
Man. These are good ideas, fellas. Yeah, we're gonna usher in a bold new era of horse racing here. Yeah. Go to Patreon if you'd like to support us buying a horse racing facility.
Oh, I was gonna say just buy a horse.
No. We need to start a training program and really do some experiments to see which of these ideas are viable.
Start our own entire race.
Yeah, just start our own race, like horse league.
Welcome to Race That Horse.
The counter programming. We're like the XFL of horse racing.
Yeah. Started with game music, and then it moved into card games, and then it moved into horse mething.
What if it's 4 horses going one way and 4 horses going the other way?
I like how it started with game music for 329 episodes. Then it moved to card games for about 5 minutes. And then it jumped to horse mething.
Yeah, jumped straight to horse drugging and eventually horse collisions. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. No, it's good. We'll be, as Jesse said, the XFL of horse racing. We got an exciting alternative product on our hands, fellas.
Can we make a free play jingle, but instead of it saying free play, it says horse play?
Oh man, yeah. This prior to this, I would have said this show is staunchly anti-horse play, but here we are, man. Man, we're in favor of it nowadays. David, thank the requester again, and let's ride out on this segment.
Again, thank you, Spartacat, from our Discord.
Yep. Great request. Great race.
Game 5.
All right, gentlemen. This game features bonus levels that include guiding a bear to jump over flames, avoiding boulders in a car, using Rodan as target practice, and meeting Godzilla at the circus. All right, guys, quit horsing around. Let's see some answers. Let's see. Oh, I don't.
God.
Johnny says start. Wait, is it stay out of my diary? And John says, "Hey, boo boo," and
That's been on screen
David-
too long. Get that out of
David
here.
has drawn. Is it a penis turning into an elephant trunk or?
It's a horse penis.
Oh, okay. I can see it now. Okay, it was shorter than a horse penis, so that's what
I only
threw
had
me
so
off.
much space on my pad.
Okay, so no, none of you are right. No, this is Circus Caper for the NES. So I was looking for games. I really like to since we've been doing the duo um, themes. I've been trying real hard to try to get both themes in one game, and so I was looking for NES games and hoping to find one with a horse. And there probably are a bunch of them, but I rolled up on this game and I was like, oh, circus. Certainly there's going to be like a stage with like horses in it. And there isn't. But what I did find was that this game is just fucking bonkers as shit. Like I said earlier, there are many games involving Godzilla and Rodan. This game was made by Toho, which is just silly. Like, we're gonna make a bunch of Godzilla games and a circus game.
Featuring Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla's in there too.
Yeah, he's in the circus somehow.
And so like the plot of the game is like you're this boy and this girl and you show up to the circus, and of course you don't have any money because you're just like two kids, and there's a clown out front, and the clown's like, hey kids, if you beat me at this dice game, I'll let you come to the circus. And so of course you're like, all right, let's do it. And so you win, and the clown's like, oh, I only have one ticket, sorry. And so, you know, you being a good brother, you're like, you can go to the circus, sister. And so she goes, and then you find out that an evil magician has kidnapped your sister, and so you have to go. So then you go through the circus trying to save your sister, like, and you start off with like very little weaponry, but you collect power-ups that give you like I'm trying to remember like what your actual weapons are. It's like but you're going through levels and you find like mini games, and it's like, okay, this mini game is you're in an eating contest with a tiger. And it's like, what? This one, you in a car driving to around boulders and stuff, and you're like, wait, what? How did I get a car? I'm a kid. What's going on? Um,
That's
yeah,
cake.
At first, I thought you said you're in a car driving around Boulder, like the city of
No,
Boulder,
no, no.
Colorado.
yeah, just going on a scenic, tour. Oh,
Oh, there's Mork's house. Yeah.
and then like you fight the Magic Man and stuff. At one point, like you're going through the circus, and like the background is like all the circus is on fire. There's clowns running around on fire.
Oh,
Like
God.
it's a crazy fucking game. It's pretty silly. And again, no horses, but it's a weird game. It's in magazines it did have a funny thing where it said it's the greatest game on earth, which is a like a
Bold claim.
yeah. Well, it's like what Ringling Brothers did. That's what
Yeah,
their
their tagline was the greatest show on
the
earth.
greatest
I
show
know,
on
but it's
earth.
still like that's also a bold claim.
Yeah.
Well, there was a time where that was, arguable, but like marketing Circus Caper in the 90s with the greatest game on earth is really setting yourself up for heavy criticism.
Yeah.
Like, bad call. Oh,
Because I'm sure most people didn't realize the reference. They're just like, wait, really? This is the greatest game? Like, this is what Super Mario Brothers 2 is out, and you're saying this is the greatest game? You need to go back to, what are you, a circus? What the? Oh, okay. You clown, oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, this is a baffling thing to learn about. And here I was thinking we had talked about every NES game worth talking about. Egg on my face. I've been proven wrong. Jesus, what a game worthy of existence. This game, like the thing I'm most baffled by is the fact that it's made by Toho. Like when you say it's it's an NES game and you see fucking Godzilla and Rodan, like, oh, okay, it's one of those things where they fucking threw something in and didn't clear it with anybody. It's like, no, this
Shinobi.
is their own doing. Like, why? Why would they? This is a good idea. Like, it's really going to ingratiate American kids to this Godzilla. Circus bullshit. Yeah. You know what kids love? Godzilla. You know what they love more than Godzilla? Clowns. Like, let's put them all together in one big package.
I want to see some trapeze and kaiju. Can we get King Ghidorah just fucking swinging around on those things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now Godzilla will attempt the trapeze with no net.
Can you imagine go to the circus and Godzilla comes out in full, like a clown car comes out, all these Godzillas pop out of it?
That would, if you want to get
be
me back to the circus, that's how you do it.
I think it would be even better if it was a clown car with one Godzilla, but it's the real Godzilla who's like 400 feet tall, somehow fitting into a Volkswagen Beetle.
Any number of Godzillas exiting a car is a fucking circus act.
You replace all animal cruelty with kaiju, and I'm 100% back on board, Ringling Brothers.
Whoa, Jesse, are you saying you're in favor of cruelty towards Godzilla?
Well, no. They're not going to be cruel to him. You can't be cruel to Godzilla. You could try, but Godzilla will fuck you up. Have you seen Godzilla versus Megalon? They try to fuck Godzilla up, and he's like, nah, bro, I'm Godzilla.
Yeah, but
King of the monsters.
Well, I mean, can it be argued that, most of the animals in a circus can fuck you up until, a cruel fucking animal wrangler comes along and makes them do circus tricks? Like,
yeah, but they're not kaiju.
Yeah.
You're replacing all circus animals with Godzilla.
They're not 60 feet tall, John.
All 60. All that suffering.
I like the idea of Godzilla being the ringleader.
See,
with a hat?
All the other kaiju, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it
got
really
the
should
hat
be
and the cane.
Godzilla's giant circus. Yeah. And he just destroys the city with all the eggs.
We don't have a Godzilla sound on the board.
No.
Thank God, no.
Well, now Johnny's going to have to make his best Godzilla impression.
All right, here we go. Oh, I'm Godzilla. I'm just trying the city. Kick, punch.
So, Jesse, did you actually play this game in the lead up to the show?
A little bit. It's of course NES hard.
Did you take note of this apparent thing that's a real thing maybe not. I don't know. It's in the Wikipedia page for it. Many of the levels can be avoided by walking backwards back through the curtain from which the player begins.
I never tried that, but that just seemed pretty great.
It will take you straight to the level's boss battle. Like, hey, you know what? No.
Fuck all this.
Well,
yeah, if I hadn't come in this tent, I wouldn't be in this mess. I'm walking back out. And then there's like an evil clown out there like, okay, wait, kid, I'm going to fuck you up.
I can see where that would be a problem, though, because you need to go through the level to get upgrades for your weapon. And so otherwise you'd be fighting the boss without a weapon, and that would be difficult.
If you bitch out on the circus, you don't get a good weapon. I get it. That's the same thing I told to my son, man. You bitch out on this circus and, no popcorn. Yeah.
See?
You got to incentivize kids to sit through this shit. It's not a good sign for the greatest show on earth. Man.
You should have him play Circus Caper.
I bet he'd love it. Yeah, he'd probably be really good at it. He'd probably find the hilarity in it.
I love the flaming clowns near the end.
Yeah, no, that's really...
It's pretty fucked up.
I mean, it makes sense. They fucked with Godzilla a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, those cruel-ass clowns. Fucking trying to turn Godzilla into a circus act. They got the atomic breath. That's how it goes. Yeah. I for one, I'm not in favor of unleashing atomic breath on clowns. I like clowns. But
clowns are okay.
I can see where the programmers are coming from.
For a little bit, I was clown curious. I was like, I should do clown college, but
you wanted to be a clown, not have sex with a clown.
Well, that too. There was some clussy I saw on TikTok that was pretty cool.
Listen, not going to admit that I'm into it, but I'm not going to say I'm not into it.
I'm thinking of the awkward scenario right now. I'm sorry. Just speaking of Greatest Show on Earth, of somebody saying, of like Johnny saying to your kid, like, all right, Jake, we're gonna go see the Greatest Show on Earth, and he says, oh, you mean Game That Tune? And you're like, oh no, I didn't mean that.
God, no, of course not. Yeah. I didn't mean that, son.
You're not allowed to see that.
Yeah. Jeez, it's been taking place in your house for years, and I've never once asked you to see it.
What if you found out he was downloading bootlegs?
God, what I would be so mortified to learn that my son listens to this podcast.
I would be mortified to find out that someone bootlegged our show.
You don't need to do it. It's a free on-demand medium.
Like he knows a kid at daycare, or if he has a daycare, I'm not sure the situation, but it just gives him like a USB drive, and he just goes home. And when you're not looking, he plugs into like the laptop, and he's like, "Oh, Daddy and his friends."
The video on the USB drive is somebody pointing a camera at their computer screen recording the show.
I was going to say that implies that his friend at daycare sneaks into their house every Wednesday night.
I guess that is could be the more mortifying scenario is learning like one of the teachers at his daycare likes the show and hasn't said anything to me about it. Like,
She just tells Jake how much she loves the show, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady.
Yeah.
What show?
Yeah.
It's like, your dad's show is so good. I love it, Jake.
Mm-hmm. Extra popsicles for you, Jake. Son of Game That Tune host John Harrington.
Could you give your dad a message for me?
Oh, man. No, thank God. Oh, God.
Jake, what's this note in your shirt?
Just a nude photo of one of his t-shirts that says you have the greatest show on earth. I was listening last night. You were hilarious.
Ringling Brothers ain't got nothing on you.
Yeah.
More like Dingling Brothers.
Wow, Jesse, that's the sickest burn we've had. Quite some time. Oh,
you heard it here first.
Jeez.
I think we found the episode title.
Yes.
Yep. Let's be done with this episode then and move to the computer.
We did it.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
George Lucas slamming his dick in
Scoring complete. This game's winner is... John Harrington.
Hell yeah. It's good to be back, guys. Back on the live show, back on top. Just the way it feels right, baby. It's man, I was not excited for this episode, but I'm glad that I was able to get the W. This was a good one, man. Yeah, you guys all thoroughly proved me wrong. The 3 greatest NES games for tonight's show. You guys found them.
We
Well done.
thoroughbredly proved you wrong.
Oh, that's not. Sometimes the pause is just disappointment, John. It's not me waiting for you to hit the soundboard. It's just me trying to chart the path forward when you say something.
Sometimes. Sometimes the pause is disappointment. No, John. All the times.
Anyway. I was trying to talk and think of a theme, but now you've derailed that with disappointment. So, man, it's gonna be a good show next week because I have this fantastic theme that I already thought of that Johnny can't possibly make me forget. I think based on my pick tonight, picking that Like a Dragon, Ishin. It's gonna be time for games that take place in the past. It's just how it's got to be. I'm gonna go with with the broad term of in the past. Past being, of course, a term for any time before just now. So, one could argue that a game that came out X number of years ago, set in modern times, qualifies for this theme. But you better make sure that shit doesn't take place in the future, goddammit. Or even the future of its own game. If the game states that it takes place in some version of the future, even if that's currently the past. Nope. I wanted games that at the time of release were set in the past. And I'll also apply it to broadly like fantasy type stuff. If it's a game that takes place in a nebulous type setting where it's like another world or something, and you don't know what the time period is, but it's pretty clear that it's not right now or the future, I'd say it's pretty valid. So,
what about Street Fighter 2010?
That takes place in the future.
Okay.
Of the game, of when it was released. Like,
just making sure.
Yeah. So, it can't be a game that takes place in a game zone future. It can't be a Mega Man game. Because those they came out in the 90s and they said they were taking place in 20XX. So even though it could technically be any of the last 22 years those Mega Man games took place in, when they came out, they were in the future. So you figure it out.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing the nasty and the pasty next week on Game That Tune.
What's your bonus theme?
I don't have a bonus theme. Nasty and the pasty.
So just one theme.
Just one theme.
Yeah, but the one theme's pretty fucking huge. It's the entire past.
Okay.
It's the history of all existence up until literally just this second.
Jesse and I were just making sure.
You seem disappointed.
Oh, we've had a pretty good run. I mean,
I'm thrilled with this.
I'm sad the streak is over, but it's fine.
What if you said games that take place in the past, or
I didn't.
Games set in the previous era?
No,
that's the same thing.
Yeah. Jeez. I'm not just gonna repeat myself to fucking make it seem like I have two themes. No, it's a singular theme. It's a big, big, big theme. Figure it out. End of show. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. It's going to be a great one next week. It was a great one this week. Thank you, everybody, for watching live with us. We're live on Wednesdays. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Thanks for being patient with us for these last couple of Wednesdays that we weren't here. It's not often that we get two shows off in a row, but blame my sinuses and Johnny's. I don't want to say what. Thank you to everybody listening in podcast form. Our podcasts come out on Tuesdays at GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. If you haven't checked out your podcast feed in a little bit, we put out some bonus episodes. Jesse made the Instruments of Destruction mixtape featuring games in which you get to kill people with musical instruments. And we recorded a incredibly loosey-goosey edition of Game That Tune Gems. We're catching up. We got Game That Tune Gems for February in the main podcast feed. And man, what an edition of gems that turned out to be. Just a lot of great tunes and a lot of things learned over the course of that edition of gems. So check it out. Enjoy the podcast feed. Thank you everybody checking out Patreon, patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for awesome exclusives. We've got mixtapes, we've got covered up, we've got more editions of Game That Tune Gems. We've got all kinds of fun stuff that you guys help support by being patrons at Patreon, and we appreciate everybody checking it out and supporting it. You also help us keep the lights on at our 24/7 video game music live stream at radio.gamethattune.com. That's gtt.rocks for the people that like the short names. And we've got fantastic video game music on the internet, and we're rolling out new features. Johnny's got new game modes programmed up, ready to roll. So join us there and join us at Patreon and support us. We love you guys for being there. We want to give a special shout out to our Patreon Absurd fans: Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Wise, Sam L, Phoenix Tier 2121, Beast Pond, and the Kerrigan. A fantastic group of people that support us at Patreon. Want to give another shout out to our requester for tonight. The request came from Discord, and David's going to say it was from
Spartacat.
Yes, Spartacat in the Discord. Fantastic request. Discord's a great place to make them, but you can also make them at GameThatTune.club. That's our awesome social media site. Everybody's been having a lot of fun at GameThatTune.club this month. We've been doing March Madness, voting on the best video game soundtracks of all time. We're coming down to the wire, and it's looking like it's going to be Persona 5 in the final, but who will it beat? It could be Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. It could be Sonic Mania. By the time this podcast comes out, we'll have the answer. So join us at GameThatTune.club for more fun stuff. And that's going to do it. I've got bonus tunes, and of course, they're from Like a Dragon Ishin. It's a cool game that does that's got other references to the Yakuza games. So it's got the series themes. I didn't choose any of the karaoke music, even though that's in there. I chose the main vocal theme, I think, of the series. I really got to play more of the series, guys. We've got Receive You, the archetype from Like a Dragon Ishin, closing us out tonight. And we love you guys for listening. And we'll see you next week on the greatest show on earth, Game That Tune. Peace out, everybody. Not the song I thought it was going to be. Gremlins 2, the new batch, is copyright 1990 Sunsoft. Power Blade is copyright 1991 Taito Corporation. Like a Dragon Ishin is copyright 2023 Sega Games Company Limited. Pocket Card Jockey is copyright 2016 Game Freak Incorporated and Nintendo of America Incorporated. Circus Caper is copyright 1990 Toho Company Limited.